Hey there. Trying a new little setup here. A little strange lighting, a little strange background. We'll see. This is we are in the basement at TG Central here today for various reasons. It's stormy and cold and wet outside, so I think I'm gonna see how this is where like the records are stashed. There's thousands of records over there, big old stereo over here. I'll have to give you a tour of this place sometime. So, and it is Friday the 13th. We are kind of like getting back into the swing of things. I had a really great conversation today with couple new people that just signed up for camp. So it was it's always fun to chat with some new campers. So a group of 3 joining us from St. Louis. So if you're thinking about camp, I know it seems like a long way away, but we're going to sell out this year. So we usually do, and then we have a few cancellations, but don't delay if you want to join us second week of September. That tune is haunting. That was Al Stewart's Broadway Hotel, and I just love the way the melody works its way up to a major 7th. That's our C chord with a B in the melody. And finally we hear a B minor in there. And it keeps landing. It never really comes home. It keeps like driving back and landing on the C chord. It is so cool. Anyway, so yeah, that was running through my head this week. Just about all that happened this week. I got a little sidetracked like usual. Our good friend Muriel Anderson was in town. I hope some of you had a chance to check out the Monday Live that she did that sort of got us to resurrect a TG Live from many years ago. And she used a really interesting service called StreamYard that made me think, we ought to get back to doing live shows every once in a while. Now, for COA members, we actually have a live webinar, Pathways webinar, coming up this week, Saturday. So if you're watching and you're a COA member, you should have gotten some notifications about it. But it's a chance for everybody to get a little bit of individual attention on whatever they're working on. So again, once a month we do that. That's the perk of the COA program. Let's see. When Muriel was here, a friend of hers that was along with her started playing a few tunes from, she played a tune that I didn't recognize called By My Side. Something like this. Kind of another pretty haunting little tune. And she says, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from Superstar. I said, I don't think so. I know most of the Superstar stuff really well. And I said, but it could have been from the other one that came out right around the same time. There was another quasi-religious musical in 1970. And you might recognize this tune because we did break out, the record is right over there. We had to break the record out and listen to it because that was the only place I had this. It was on vinyl. And it did remind me of a really cool tune from that. I'm sure you'll recognize this if you're old enough. So it does something really unusual. A little theory here today. This will be today's kind of theory tip. So that should all sound fairly normal. Let's get your ears working. What you should be able to hear here is a 1 chord to 4. It's like hey, where did we go? Days when the rain. Sing in the right key. Anyway, let me get back to that. Back to Day by Day. This song's called Day by Day. You may have recognized that. But it's a really pretty chord in the beginning. that, and this is also kind of, I guess that's why Broadway Hotel jumped in my head, because of these heavy use of major sevens, and that's what, this is an F major 7 I'm playing here. And it goes to chord 4 in the key of F, B flat. Stays on 4 to 3, A minor 7, and then to a G chord, but it's major. So when you hear this, the G should sound wrong. And it's like, okay, that kind of makes the key of F not sound like it's happening anymore. And then we hear some minor chords, E minor or E minor 7 to A7. When we hear something like that, whenever you hear a 7th chord, not a major 7 chord, a 7 chord, it's usually acting as chord 5 in whatever key it's in. So if you heard E minor 7 to A7, you'd expect it to go to D. You can hear that sounds like it ends. That's a 2, E minor or E minor 7, to a 5, A or A7, and to 1. So that's kind of where we expect that to resolve. So it seems like it's in the key of D now, when it started in F just a few measures ago. A7, does it again. And now, instead of going to D, it goes to D minor. 7. And it's acting, it followed by a G, it's acting as a 2. D minor 7 to G, or G7, would take you to what would be 1 for those, which would be C. And that's what happens. And the whole thing lands on C major 7. So they were toying with us. We hear the key of F. On G. Now E minor is a really great change out of G. But then we hear an A. Didn't expect that. So are we in the key of D? Then we hear D minor. And it lands on the C major 7. Now from C major 7, which is now feeling like it's 1, it feels like it's home and it's over. And so it's not unusual to go to 4, like a chord progression that had C major 7 to F major 7. Totally normal. But so when this goes to F, where it feels like it's 4, that F is really the beginning of the verse again. And that B flat now sounds wrong the first time. This is just brilliant songwriting. So, let's see. I think that was all I wanted to talk about today. I just want to play a little bit, and well, I got a lot of other. Oh, this is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. From the other musical that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. This can't be the right key. Also an unusual time. You hear that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. must be. Okay, I'm gonna have to explore that a little bit more. Changes keys again. It goes in. It must go into the minor key of whatever of the major key that it was in. Okay. Let me play something else though that's just sort of running through my head. Let's see. Have I done this one lately? I think I have. There it is. really old, well, 20 years ago or so I wrote that. It's called One Step Beyond. And I think I've talked about this recently, but, I know not everybody sees every one of these. A lot of unusual intervals in there. We hear thirds. Not unusual. Fourths. Fifths. Sevenths. That's what this is. That's what we're hearing is parallel minor sevenths there. I'm playing an A, a B, and an A together. And the dissonance that creates gets sort of softened by the next part where we use major sevenths. And minor sevenths. Chords. Chords that are a major seventh and a minor seventh. And finally back to the E minor. Anyway, while I was thinking about that, while I was playing that, a few things crossed my mind that shouldn't have. I should have been paying more attention to trying to remember how the song went. But I do hope you get a chance to check out the thing we did with Muriel, because a couple of really fun things happened. One was we ended up playing classical gas together. It was kind of a miracle that we both played it the same way, or knew like what part to go to next, because we didn't really practice it. But I just had faith that she knew the real version, unlike a lot of people. And so that was kind of cool. Of course, she's done a whole lesson on it and stuff like that too. But it got us talking about in the video about the Smothers Brothers theme that I did a lesson on. Really cool thing of Mason Williams. Can't remember all of it, how it changes keys and stuff now, but I'm gonna have to go look back at my lesson, or at least my tablature on that, and see what I can do. Okay, I think that is all I wanted to do today. I just want to mess around a little bit, and I haven't had much time to play the guitar, and it's really fun. I'm gonna get some more guitar playing time in today. I hope you do too. See you next week.